So today we're going to be making one of Sable's favorite treats using some pumpkin, some peanut butter, and some oats. So join us as we do that. Pretty. What a good girl. All right, so let's get started. The first thing you're going to need is 1 cup of old-fashioned oats. The second thing that we're going to need is some pumpkin. We already have this out of the can because we give it to Sable with each one of her dinners. It's one of her favorite things. Good girl. You have to do some taste testing along the way to make sure that everything is approved by Sable. So for this, we're going to grab 1/3 cup of pumpkin, and then last but not least, we're going to grab 1/4 cup of peanut butter. Good girl. So again, the 3 ingredients you will need is 1 cup of oats, 1/3 cup of pumpkin, and 1/4 cup of peanut butter. And be sure to stay away from any sort of weird peanut butter. Stick to something all natural that's really just peanuts. And also make sure that you have your help readily available. So then here's a bonus 4th ingredient that I actually just thought of while I'm making this. It'd be really great to add a little bit of flaxseed in here because it's good for their shiny coats. It has a lot of fatty acids. It's a great thing for dogs. It adds a huge benefit to their health. So I'm just gonna put in a little bit. I didn't even really measure it out. I have no idea how much is in that scoop. Probably about an 1/8 cup or so. So now I've put my cup of oats into my blender cup, and you're going to turn this into this. And that's just by putting the oats into a blender for, I don't know, 10 seconds, turns them into a powder. Since we're not using flour in this recipe, this is essentially the flour for it. Whee! Hi, Sabes. Then you're simply just going to add the other ingredients right on in. So there's our flaxseed, our pumpkin, and our peanut butter, which is gonna be a little bit more tricky. So now we have all of those ingredients in there. And now for the most important part, the taste test along the way, just to make sure everything is going as planned. See if we get that thumbs up here from my helper. What do you think, Sable? It's pretty good. Here's the most important part. Look here. And now that we have the seal of approval, this whole thing is going to go onto the blender. And we're gonna do it until it turns into a batter. It'll be a pretty thick batter, so stay tuned. So this is about half of the dough after it's been in the blender. Looks like this, it's pretty thick. I'm gonna take a piece of parchment paper. I only am using half of the dough because I am using a toaster oven to cook this, so it's a little bit smaller. So Sable told me that she doesn't really care if it's even or not. So I'm just gonna press it out with my hands. Your desired thickness. Usually about, I don't know, 1/2 inch or so is what I do. I don't have any nice little cookie cutters, so we're gonna make some of our own shapes. So now we're gonna pop these in the oven. I've preheated my toaster oven to 300 degrees. And I'm just gonna pop these in here. And they'll bake for about 25 minutes.